Blades at this point are nicely parallel, same height off the water, and nicely feathered together. At this point, Fran, you can see you're starting to drop shoulders and quite rounded coming into the catch, when Jim's squared his blades and yours are still feathered to the blade parallel to the water surface. Jim, I think you got your hands quite low down there, so the bottom of your blade at this point should be barely half an inch off the water surface. So your hands come up and out towards the catch. So the blade, as it comes forward, is coming closer and closer and closer to the water, so it can just be dropped very quickly into the catch. Here you see, Fran, that you've feathered the blade, squared the blade, sorry, and in the water, a fair bit earlier than Jim. But you're squaring into the water where you want to be squaring a little bit earlier. So there you see Jim's blade not yet in the water. Here, Fran, you can see your elbows have bent a fair bit, so you're taking quite a lot of strain on your upper body. Those arms should be a little bit longer, as Jim's are there. However, what will be nice to see with Jim is a little bit more backswing coming in there. Still quite upright at this point, should be really starting to swing the body backwards. So it's that sequence of leg drive, then the body swing, then the arms drawing through. So here we can see the blades are coming out of the water and throwing up quite a bit of splash as they come out the water, and that's because the blade's not being tapped cleanly out the water before the feather. They're being turned in the water, which is throwing up all of that water. So really working on keeping the blades square all the way through and tapping with the forearm to get the blade out the water. Both are finishing with the hands quite low down. It'd be quite nice to see hands just a little bit higher coming into the bottom of the ribs at the finish. Hands are being rowed really one on top of the other, which is driving the difference in the blade height here versus here. So the hand being much higher on bow side is making the blade be much closer to the water surface. I want to try and look at getting that separation of the hands with that left hand leading, so that your right index knuckle brushes more or less where your watch strap is on your left hand. And to achieve that, you just let your left shoulder roll forward ever so slightly. So all the way through the stroke, that left is just that little bit in front. And there again, Fran, you can see you leaning quite a long way with the body, trunk quite a long way over. A lot of that's happened at the catch, and that squaring into the water and getting the blades in just before Jim. So really trying to get the timing together. Jim a little bit higher with the hands so the blades are closer to the water, just dropping them in nice and neatly together, but making sure that your body shapes and the blades, body shapes stay the same and blades stay the same, parallel all the way through the stroke, both during the recovery and during the drive phase.